What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Please follow my Instagram at RussoLifts. Just in case something happens to this YouTube channel, you can follow, message, and you can watch my daily story content on Instagram. I'll see you there. What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope everyone had a good weekend. So this video, you already read the title. I'm going to be addressing what was said on Leo and Longevity's podcast, and I like Leo. Check out his channel. But basically, he had Bostin Loyd and Marn Adibi. Sorry if I butchered that, but you know, they did a video called "Fraudulent TRT Clinics." Now, I'm not gonna break down this whole video in this video. I'm just going to simply discuss Elevate here, because this video is aimed towards Elevate and anyone under Florida Alternative in general. So again, I don't know the personal vendetta between Bostin and the owner. I'm not going to pretend to know that. All I'm going to do is speak on the misconceptions as far as the amounts you can get prescribed at Elevate, the compounds available at Elevate, and just overall the legitimacy of Elevate. Like I said, I think the video started out as a vendetta between Bostin and the owner, but it turned more general towards the end of the video, and I'm not here to nitpick every single thing said. I'm a fan of Bostin. I've followed Bostin his entire online career, and you know, I can't believe I'm making this video. He hung out with the Enhanced Athlete crew as well. And, you know, I hope that isn't taken as a direct dig. Rather, I'm just going to let myself speak on the project that I took over a year to launch and then have been monitoring religiously to make sure all my followers are treated right. And I've done monotonous amounts of looking in on who to partner with, and you know, obviously I'm going to pick the OG in the game. Obviously I'm going to pick the guy who has been tested by the government. Obviously I'm going to pick the guy who has been in the game for 20 plus years and paved the way for hormone replacement therapy, which is Florida Alternative, right? Now, I'm not here to speak on the owner of Florida Alternative's persona or how he operates his business. You know, I've had tons of different bosses in my life, and you know, this really isn't about the owner per sense. It's about the quality control. It's about the claims that were made in the video about the generalization of Florida Alternative. And I'm not going to go into which things are rumors or not, or the ploy and motive, aka, you know, a form that exists that is pushing a UGL. I'm not going to go into that. All I'm going to go into is defending the claims that were made. So I'm not here to defend, you know, the owner of Florida Alternative. I'm going to have him on my YouTube channel for him to defend himself. All I'm going to do is speak on the work I did and the monotonous monitoring I did for all my subscribers, right? My reputation is everything. Without my reputation, I'm nothing. I always am no bullshit. In Bostin, you know, I respect him for his transparency. I respect him for being the OG when it came to revealing the extreme dosages bodybuilders use and being completely transparent. But you can see ploy and motive. Not going to touch that, but let's get into it. So the first claims that were made is that you can get Trenbolone from Elevate. So right, you can't get Tren from Elevate, right? I've seen every single expense report since I partnered with Elevate, and Tren has never been on the list. And if you want the full catalog, you can hit me up on Instagram at RussoLifts. I'm doing a giant giveaway at 30,000. So if you want the catalog, I can DM it to you in private, but I am not allowed to publicly post it. So just shoot me a message on there and I'll get back to you. If you want to see the legal products that you can get prescribed from FDA registered compounding pharmacies, you can message me on Instagram, right? So that's right off the bat. No Tren at Elevate, sorry. You can just get that from an underground lab. Tren was developed for cattle to bulk them up right before they, you know, got killed. So yeah, that's nothing to do with anything involving hormone or testosterone replacement therapy. So moving forward, right, he said that you can get anything like 500 tests, you know, whatever. he said massive dosages and stuff. I've asked all my subscribers and followers on Instagram, you know, what they're getting prescribed, how their experience was. I'm constantly checking in, being the gatekeeper, the guardian of my audience, because, you know, this is a big move for me. This was a big move when I launched Elevate, and I knew that they had my reputation in their hands as I attached myself to them. So I was doing everything in my power to be on top of anyone who had an issue, right? Out of the 6,000 people that went through the Elevate process, only 4 to 5 complaints, most of them involving that they didn't get what they wanted or they didn't get a high enough dosage. So I already went and interviewed the PAs that you'll speak to, and I'll have Dante throw up a little snippet of that as well as put that up there. So I went down there myself. Remember, this isn't some shady UGL operating in the shadows, right? To have a TRT, HRT clinic in the United States legally, you must have a brick and mortar location. So anyone, including the DEA with assault weapons, can walk into Elevate at any time in Florida, and if they're doing anything wrong, can obviously question them, right? They checked out. So I don't understand how they think Elevate's being sly, it's a UGL. They know where to find Elevate. Elevate is not hidden. Elevate is not, you know, this warehouse, some random country that's shipping into the United States. It's all done in Florida. The compounding pharmacies are spread out nationwide, so we can get you medication much faster than just the local compounding pharmacies. That's why when people message me like, Russo, I just got, you know, my Elevate order, but only half of it came in. Well, it's going to come in 2 packages because we're going to pick the closest compounding pharmacies to you, and we are going to get it as quickly as possible via the item in stock, via the location you are, via the location of the nearest compounding pharmacy that we can get your item from, right? That's why it comes from multiple different compounding pharmacies. And a counterfeit, right? They're doing holograms, the whole 9 yards. It literally, like, why go out of your way to counterfeit that hard, you know? But anyways, you can always call into these compounding pharmacies and verify that this product was made in the compounding pharmacy, and you can verify for further testing. I recently had the owner of Florida Alternative throw me up some HPLC reports that he gets done on all his raws in his partnered compounding pharmacies. So I'll just have Dante be playing those, and Dante's been playing up my subscribers who have all come to me, you know, and backed me on this and got behind me. And I sincerely appreciate my audience, right? I really do. My audience is like one of the greatest audiences in the fitness community, because my hardcore 10K people, they brought me up after like 6 channels by now. They've brought me up so many times. I'd rather have 8 to 10,000 people that truly give a fuck about me than a bunch of fake clout followers, right? So sincerely thank my audience for coming to me, who are customers of Elevate, and sticking by me even though, you know, this video is out there. And I'm sure Bostin has evidence of his personal vendetta between him and the owner, but I'm not sure all the claims can be backed. Maybe he can prove me wrong. Like I said, I'm not a hater of Bostin. I like Bostin, and I'm just here to talk about Elevate personally. So the final claim is that, you know, it's all counterfeit UGL. Like I said, you can call into the compounding pharmacy, verify that they're not faking like the pharmacy and pretending to be that. You can do that. And I already have Jeff scheduled to come on the YouTube channel later this week to discuss his side of this story, right? And the last thing I guess I'll go into is that all the GH is fake. So the owner of Florida Alternative told me that this has been a rumor that has been circling since a fallout with one of his partners. And this has been going on forever. If you don't want to believe him, you don't have to believe him. All we have to do is get some GH through Elevate and get our IGF pulled. And I do have subscribers who have done that and have told me that the GH is real. I did have one subscriber that messaged me who's extremely young, who said the GH did not impact his IGF, to which I would say that everyone's liver metabolizes GH differently. I have a friend, I'll throw up his at John Andy. He had an overactive pituitary, so his IGF was like 600 for a while until they caught it and got rid of it. Now he cannot make any IGF on his own, and his GH response is piss poor using pharma grade GH. Some people do not react that well to GH, and it also depends on if the GH got too hot in the male. But from what I've seen on the IGF-1 levels pulled, the GH checks out. If you guys want me to pull my own IGF on Elevate's GH, I'm more than happy, but it will take 2 months for full saturation. But, you know, I'm willing to prove and back whatever I need to back for this to come out on top. I think it's funny in the video as well that it turned into a Merrick plug, and I had Derek message me later that day the video came out that I know Leo wasn't, you know, he's not in it for the coin. I know Leo's completely neutral. I'm not a hater of Leo, and I know Leo doesn't get anything for, you know, helping his friend out. But, you know, Derek assured me that that wasn't paid by him. No money was given to Leo for that. But in reality, right, I think this comes down to a personal vendetta between Bostin and the owner that I'm not going to get in between, because that ain't my business. That ain't my bullshit. But I am going to defend my franchise because I've been hyper-fixated on monitoring that this franchise has been successful and that none of my followers, subscribers have gotten screwed. And I've done this in multiple occasions with all my affiliations, right? People have an issue, I make sure that the owner deals with the issue. I've done this thousands of times, and I've done this over years since I was 18. Always dealing with order issues, always making sure all my personal followers are set straight and I take care of them. And I have nothing but good things to say about Elevate and everyone who has went through the process, who has actually filled out a contact request, gotten approved, got their package together, added whatever items they wanted to add on to. I have really got no complaints to speak of other than the one guy who's young, whose IGF didn't boost up with the GH, which I've already pointed out multiple things. I have other guys with the GH who switched over, including another owner that I work closely with, Russ, switched from his Pharma GH to Elevate's GH because this was our fear. We had him switch over, and he felt better on Elevate's GH than the Pharma GH he was getting from another clinic in Florida when we decided to fully lock in with Elevate and Florida. So keep that in consideration. I think out of the 6,000 people who went through the process, you think I would get shit tons of like, what the fuck, this is fake. We had guys switch off of clinics onto our clinic, liked our clinic better because our clinic doesn't do hidden fees. Our clinic doesn't do any cloak and dagger schemes. Our clinic is straight up, and everyone has said nothing but good things. And I don't understand why, you know, one video and I have everyone questioning my entire reputation on never bullshitting. You know, I've never bullshitted. I have never, ever, ever, you know, done things just out of a quick grab, just out of greed. I am all about long-term reputation. Reputation is everything. And once my reputation is torched, my career is over. So I'm not stupid. I'm wise. I've played the long game, you know. It's just like, this even blows my mind that I have to do this because, like I said, I've been a fan of Bostin forever, and that's sincere. You know, I've really always thought he was hilarious. I really like that he stirs the pot, but I just see ploy here. I just see ploy, and that's fine, and I get the vendetta between him and the owner, but for all the other franchises that have been impacted by this, including obviously Florida, it's just like, there are franchises that operate autonomously outside of Florida, like literally just use the doctors. That's it, right? Their RAWs are different. Their nursing staff is different, right? Jeff just helps them with the litigation and the legality on how to do it correctly. Everyone tries to knock off the top dog in the game, and he's been there for doing this for 20 years. That's why I decided to go with him. And like I said, he is a brick and mortar location that can be kicked down at any time. They know where to find him if they need to find him. So if he's doing all this stuff that's claimed, you know, I think he would have, you know, had a knock on his door by now. So yeah, I just, you know, I was talking to Dante the other day. I'm like, I can't believe, you know, I have to get involved in this. But for me, it's all about just, you know, saving my reputation as far as Elevate's concerned. if there were dramatic problems, I would make it known. I would make it known, right? We see with Young LA, if anyone followed me on Instagram when I was starting to get messed with by Young LA, I walked, I discussed on YouTube, I put that YouTube video up, I was straight up honest about it, and we moved forward. This is the exact same thing, and I'm looking forward to beat my previous year with Elevate and to enlighten more males on the quality of life that they're missing out on while they're suffering from low T. And just changing one dude's life makes my day. And when people write me paragraphs and paragraphs on how, they've worked their way out of being an incel, they've worked their way out of, low testosterone, feeling inadequate, all that shit, and they go out on the right track and they take education and ploy from my videos, that makes my day. That's why I still do this. I really don't enjoy the attention as much as other YouTubers do, right? The attention's cool, but it wears off after a while, and for me, it's just about my mission and purpose on helping as many males as I can and providing harm mitigation information as well as the raw truth around bodybuilding. That's what I'm about. I know moving forward that Elevate will be unfazed by this. The reputation speaks for itself, and this is a speed bump in the road, and maybe this will get more people to switch off their clinic, try Elevate out, and prove us wrong that we're bullshit, right? Actually go through the process and get a package, and I really want to see it. I already put up the testing. I already put up shit tons of screenshots of guys pulling their bloods for me, defending me, and they have no motive to go out of their day other than being a follower of me, to write me out those messages, to send me their personal blood work to prove Elevate's real. So I hope this equates to more people jumping on the Elevate bandwagon, because I think this is a change in the fitness industry. I think this is a pinnacle moment where you see people switching off of UGL test, the UGL guys, and going with medical professionals and going with oversight, even if they are bodybuilding, recreationally, even if they are pushing it a little, right? They still have the access to be able to call in at any time under Eastern Standard office hours and speak to a medical professional that's licensed and talk about what's going on in their blood work, how this is impacting, be super open and honest all over the phone. Telemedicine is going to take over. And you see these UGLs starting to hurt, right? Because this is now getting so streamlined, becoming so mainstream that this is the next big thing. And people who chose not to evolve and chose not to invest content in their audience and chose to just sit back and ride the wave, well, that wave's over and I'm on a different wave already. And I'm constantly evolving. And this is honestly, obviously, you can see by the tone of my voice that I am upset, right? I am upset because I just feel like we're all part of the same family here. I feel like we're all for medical freedom. I feel like we should all be focused on pushing and influencing and enlightening people and pushing for medical freedom, freedom of choice, and freedom of informed decisions, and knowing both the good and the bad without hiding information, without fact-checking what we should be able to know, and to acknowledge that, the feminization of males is going on right now, and that this is the combating way, in my opinion. So I don't understand why we all have to do daggers and stuff, but I don't have anything against Bostin or Leo. I'm a fan of Leo. I talk to Leo. I'm trying to get like a legitimate long conversation. I've just been so freaking busy dealing with a lot of shit, honestly, but not just YouTube shit, personal life, business shit. I'm not keeping up with my business shit. I have Dante, I have my first employee that I'm learning how to micromanage an employee all at the same time while being in the YouTube sphere, while trying to get back in shape and, get back at it and make the comeback. And I just scheduled my gyno surgery. So, yeah, this is all coming at me at rapid speed. So I apologize if I come off a little stubborn in this video. It's just like I spent so long. I was so nervous doing this deal. And, to be honest, to go into the back and forth with the owner, he's real shark calls. And he was like, I've been doing this longer than you've been alive, Ryan. Direct quote from him. So don't get it twisted, right? Business is business. And That's just the way some dudes do business, and there's nothing wrong with that. But as far as the legitimacy of Elevate, you know, the amount of screenshots I put up, I didn't make those all up. The lab testing I put up, the pictures with the holograms of the counterfeit UGL. Like, to counterfeit UGL, that's insane, right? The test raws are so cheap. All the raws come from the same place, China. They all come there, and the difference between UGL and pharma is made in an FDA-registered compounding pharmacy. UGL is shipped to some dude who cooks it up in the bathtub, right? You're skipping the checks and balances. When you buy through Elevate, it's more expensive because you're paying for us to jump through those legal hoops, to jump through those checks and balances, to give you assurance on quality control, and to give you the ability to speak with a medical professional over the phone anytime during Eastern Standard office hours and discuss any concerns, symptoms, or things you want to add onto your package at any time, right? This is new and cutting edge as far as medicine goes. And this is going to change the lives of so many males suffering from low T, and that's why I continue to push forward, and that's why I'm going to shrug this off and know that people are going to inquire through Elevate now. People are going to go through that. Yeah, I feel like I got that off my chest. I'm a fan of Bostin. I'm a fan of Leo. Check out Leo's channel. I've always been a lurker of Leo. I've learned a lot from Leo, and I understand Leo's gonna make these videos with Bostin because Bostin's a polarizing character. Bostin always gets the views, and Bostin is hilarious, and he's basically, you know, a meme. I'm not gonna sit here and dictate our reputations and stack them side by side to see where the slip-ups have happened and to see where the two-facedness has come out. I'm simply here to defend Elevate, and I hope to one day meet Bostin and we can have a dinner together and it not be anything other than, you know, friendly and cordial, and me asking him about his crazy stories, me sharing my crazy stories. So I'll be at the Olympia Expo in Orlando, Florida with Enhanced, so be sure to stop down and say hi. But if anyone has any concerns with Elevate and has actually gone through the process, just message me on Instagram and we will get you squared away, right? I have direct access to the manager of Elevate. Anyone who feels like, you know, when we first launched Elevate, there were so many contact requests that Elevate couldn't keep up. And people were messaging me. I made sure everyone got contacted who wanted to get contacted. So yeah, this video is not one I wanted to make. You know, I don't enjoy these cloud type videos. I really don't. I want to really get back to my roots on creating and vlogging. And after my gyno surgery, I'm shredding up, and that's exactly what I'm fucking doing. I'm done with this talking like women on the internet. It's cool. I get it. It works for views and shit, but at the end of the day, it's a personal vendetta that turned into the whole business is counterfeit, the whole business is selling trend, the whole business is fake GH. And, you know, I don't know what happened between Bostin and the owner, but obviously they need to get that settled. But that's my opinion on the claims that were made against Elevate. Feel free to prove me wrong. Feel free to fill out a contact request, go through the process, and tell me how shitty my clinic is, because I have shit tons of screenshots. All I do is post the reviews from my followers. I don't really even like plug this super hard. I do a little plug in every video just to get people to go down the funnel. They go through a free consultation with the PA, right? They don't spend any money to talk to a licensed PA about if they want to sign up or not. If you don't want to sign up, you just walk. You got a lot of information for free by going through the process in the funnel, and you're more informed even if you decide you don't want to go with Elevate. So for me, what is the risk to inquire about my clinic? Do the research yourself, get the products yourself, and tell me what you think, and we can go from there, and I can get you straight if there is an issue. But I don't think there is, because I have so many positive reviews, and like I said, 4 to 5 reviews on why people can't get all the stuff added to their package at the same time when they have fucked up blood work. Because guess what? Elevate actually cares about your health and longevity, and it's all about toning down your recreational bodybuilding or learning the damage you're doing with your recreational bodybuilding as far as enhancement goes. at Elevate, right? We're definitely more lenient. We're definitely more understanding than other clinics. But at the end of the day, health is the main concern. At the end of the day, longevity is the main concern. And at the end of the day, self-education on what you're doing to yourself is the main goal. So I will see you guys in my next video.